Hi, welcome to Blue Ball Twitters. Today we will talk about square root. So, what is square root? Square root means a to the power of 1 by 2, that is a to the power of half, is called square root. If you are having square root of a to the power of n, it means it is equal to a to the power of n by 2. And suppose value of n is 2. Then I can say that square root of a square will be equal to a to the power of 2 by 2. And 2 by 2 is 1. So actually it is just a. Square root of a square is equal to a. So therefore, whenever you come across square root of a square, you can say that square root and square will cancel out and you will just get a. Let's take one example of this type. Let's see what is square root of 16. So, I can say that square root of 16 can be written as 16 raised to half. And I can write 16 as 4 square because 4 times 4 is 16 raised to half. And then I can say that 2 and 2 will cancel out and I will just be left with 4. So I can say that square root of 16 is 4. Let's take the next important point. The fourth point is square root of a is equal to b. Then if I will do squaring both the side, I will write square root of a square is equal to b square. Square root and square, as I told, you can cancel it. So I can say that a is equal to b square. Let's take one example. Suppose you are given square root of 16 is equal to 4. Let's see whether this equation is correct or not. So if I do squaring both the side, I can say that square root of 16 square will be equal to 4 square. Square root and square will cancel out. I will get 16 and 4 square will be equal to 4 multiplied by 4 that I know is 16. Hence, I can say this equation is correct. So now let's see the next important point while doing square root is, so this is related to distributive property of square root. If you are having square root of a multiplied by b, you can distribute it as square root of a multiplied by square root of b. Let's take one example. So suppose I am having square root of 12. I can write this as 4 multiplied by 3. So I will think the product in which at least one number is a perfect square. Then I can separate it as square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 3. And I know that square root of 4 I can write as 2 square. 4 can be written as 2 square and square root of 3 I will not do anything. Now I can say that square root and square will cancel out and my answer will be 2 square root of 3. Let's see the next important point in square roots. So this is also a distributive law. If you are having square root of a divided by b, I can write it as square root of a divided by square root of b. For example, suppose I am having square root of 36 divided by square root of 49. I can write this as square root of 6 square. First, I will separate it as square root of 36 divided by square root of 49. And then I can write it as square root of 6 square divided by square root of 7 square. Because 7 square is 49 and 6 square is 36. And then I can say that I can cancel this square root and square. Again square root and square. And my final answer will be 6 by 7. So the next important point in square root is, suppose you are having square root of a multiplied by square root of a. So I can write this as a square root of a multiplied by a, which can be written as square root of a square. And now I can cancel square root and square, and I will be just left with a. So I can say that square root of a multiplied by square root of a is just a. For example, suppose I am having square root of 4 multiplied by square root of 4, but inside square root you are having same numbers, that is 4 and 4. So you can write it as just 4. The next one, so while solving questions of square root, you have to be careful in few formulas. Like student wrongly applied this thing. Square root of a plus b is never not equal to a plus b. Always remember this. Student mostly do mistake in this. Then square root of a minus b is not equal to square root of a minus square root of b. And one more important point, square root of a square plus square root of b square cannot be written as square root of a plus b. So you have to be careful while doing this thing. Now the important formulas which I told you, I will just repeat that. So the important formula is square root of a is equal to a raised to half. Square root of a to the power of n is a to the power of n by 2, and square root of a square is just a. Next, square root of a times b is square root of a multiplied by square root of b. Square root of a divided by b is square root of a divided by square root of b. And square root of a times square root of a is just a. If you want more clarity in any topic, you can contact Blue Ball Twitters. And thanks for watching.